This week we will have travelled from Blacktown Tablelands National Park to Porcupine Gorge National Park via Teresa Creek Dam and Hughenden. G'day punters, we've arrived at Teresa Creek Dam campsite. It's a council run place. That's where we've set up. I found a little spot pretty close to the water, probably because a caravan can't get in here and there's a chance there might be some sap dropping on our camper tonight. But quick setup. We were going to stay here for one night, but I'm going to try to talk the boss into 2 nights. It'll just be a big day in a couple of days' time. It's $15 for a site, no power, no water. I think I've previously mentioned there's showers and toilets here. And there's a cafe come restaurant up at the reception area. Plenty of fires around the campsites. What else can I say? I can say that it was a surprise coming in here through that back country that I showed video of earlier, leading out of Ruby Vale, heading towards Clermont. The shortcomings of having a flat battery. I was saying it'd be amiss of me to say that I'd be misleading you if I told you that coming into here I expected this to be a remote place, which is what I expect it to be. But it's actually stuffed with people all over the place. There's no allocated campsites here, so it's first in, best dressed, wherever you can get in. Probably good for those people who come in at 10 o'clock, shortly after those people leave at 10 o'clock. We were looking at sites which were dust bowls, and we just came around here and found this spot, so we're in here. So hopefully 2 days. Tomorrow the plan is to go into Clermont and have a look around. I've got a friend who whose family comes from there and some history, so we'll have a look at that. Then come back here, have a relax, clean up the cruiser a bit and the camper for a big trip, 2 days time to Porcupine Gorge. Porcupine Gorge, we're somewhere north of Hughenden, about 80 kilometres. Porcupine Gorge National Park, we're just going to the gorge lookout. I'll drop a video in somewhere of Bottle Tree Lookout. The only thing I'd comment about that is don't wear thongs on that walk up the top of that short incline. Probably wear enclosed shoes. We are Porcupine Gorge. It's just a sealed track, cement all the way down here. Not too far from the car park, probably 200 or 300 metres, easy walk. Dongs for sure. Quite attractive, considering the arid country we're in. We're at Porcupine Gorge National Park camp area. There's only a limited amount of parking places here, and what seems to be a common theme in the last 2 national parks that we've been to is you'll get some grey nomads or somebody just parking in there anyhow, hoping that nobody turns up. The last time was Blacktown Tablelands National Park, and we arrived and it was raining, so we had to wait for them to pack up about 40 minutes, and then we were sitting up in the rain, so we went to Abbey Campers. These guys are in a camper van, so they're going to be a little bit quicker anyhow. We're at the Mount Walker lookouts. They're about 8 to 10 k's south of Hughenden. It's about 6 or so lookouts here. They're all on walking distance of each other. This one's Etna Lookout. This is Sunset Lookout, given the name because it obviously looks out west. Good for sunsets. I'm just walking up to the Hughenden Lookout. Shortly you'll see Town Lake and Hughenden. Boss is walking to the next lookout, so they're not too far apart. We've already visited 3 lookouts, and there's 6 lookouts up here. This is the Jardine Lookout. You can see the road down there to the right. That's the road we came in. Quite a steep ascent and descent on the way down, of course. It's meant to overlook the Jardine Valley between Hughenden, which is out to our left, and Prairie, which we won't see, which is to our right. It supposedly commemorates the Alexander Jardine, an explorer and later engineer-in-chief of the Queensland harbours and rivers. Just walking across to the next lookout. I think this is the last one up on the hill here, I think, before we head back into town, and then do a little four-wheel driving around some basalt country. Right, this is Ray Lookout. As I mentioned, we're on Mount Walker, and it was named in recognition of the first commander of the native police, Frederick Walker. He led a search party in about 1861 from Rockhampton up towards the Gulf looking for the explorers Burke and Wills. So this is the descent off Mount Walker. Mount Walker is actually private property owned by the Wearing family on one side and the Paul family on the other side. 2007, a joint venture between the council and those two families opened this road up into the mountain for public access. Grade here, I think the sign back there said it was about 17%. That's a fairly little steep climb. Driving through town here at Hughenden, and it's the Comet Windmill here in town. Now where I can pull over, take a photo, so just getting some short vid here. Just on a park on the north side of the Flinders River of Hughenden. This is a 12-foot Comet Windmill. Baby brothers of the big sucker over the other side, the south side of the bridge. No water in the river at the moment. Tomorrow we'll be leaving Porcupine Gorge, start our track back south, and we'll be taking a Flinders River four-wheel drive track. It's a tourist route. We'll have a look and see if we can find any water along there. Quite an attractive little park. Lots of native birds around here at the moment. You can probably hear them in the background. No, I'm not talking about the whippersnapper either. Alright, this is the little drive we're going to take. Basalt Byways, four-wheel drive, tourist drive, 93 kilometre start. So let's see how long it takes. It's 11:32 at the moment. Just came across those plains that you can see in the foreground. There's a little dirt road. Come across there, and over to the right you'll see Hughenden, and behind it Mount Walker, where we did those lookout scenes from. We're just going on another tourist drive, Basalt Way, and it's 93 kilometres. The turn off, it is about 2 kilometres north of Hughenden on the left hand side. The sign, you may recall, said four-wheel drive. Well, we haven't seen any road yet that requires four-wheel drive, mind you. We're not too far into the trip either. bit of country etiquette here. Find a gate closed and shut, leave it that way. I'll squeeze through here and let the boss do the chore, and we'll keep on moving. And so it goes again. We're near Alston Vale Station. There's a couple of cattle out to the right here, you can see. We've been passing the cattle now for a little while. Must be siesta time at the moment. Most of them are sitting down having a rest. And another gate. But we will leave it as we found it. Try not to pick up the gate on the way through. Well, this is probably about the halfway mark. Wouldn't say the roads are demanding at all. You can probably just drive an SUV in here, or even a conventional vehicle if you're careful enough. 45 k's to go, and it's 12:32. Coming up to a little crossing, and like doing a little bit of road work here on the bridge, I'd imagine. Flinders River, Alderley Crossing. Yeah, looks like they're going to put in some piles there and put in a real good bridge at some stage. Still no water here. Looks like they've set up camp here as well. Pretty well set up. Air-conditioned cabins. Well, we're just cruising along at 80 kilometres an hour, and the boss says pull it up because a couple of jabberoos over here. They're just off the side of the road. They just mind their own business. And watch out for the pedestrians. Just come up to a T intersection and some signs here. There's a 200 series that just blew past us. Dalkeith Road, all those stations heading off to where we came from. Fully open plane around here. Probably turning around too fast for you to have a look at it. I'll jump on top of the truck and take another shot, eh? Oh yeah, that's the direction we're heading. And the dust of the 202 that just overtook us. And towards the direction we just came. The jabberoo were just down the road there. Cattle country, as you can see. Some more cattle out the front here. Alright, country etiquette. Again, single lane road. Vehicle coming the other way. Half on, half off, and they're half on, half off.
Slow down.
Slow down as well, of course, as the boss says. Stops kicking up stones. Looks like we're coming off the dirt soon into the bitumen. Might be able to just pick out the 200 series up in front of us. It's what's left a little bit of dust in front. But that's the end of the four-wheel drive track, all in two-wheel drive. Still not back at Hewenden yet. Time's 12:53. Might be able to just make out in the distance, far distance, the wind turbines that we saw this morning, and in front of that a couple of little towers. That's Hewenden. So we're not too far out of town now. Here we are, just on the western outskirts of Hewington now, BP road stop up on the left. It's about 2 kilometres from Hewington, that is. So imagine we're going to turn left very shortly. Time's almost 1:10. So it's taken us about an hour 40 to do that tourist route.
Lots of stops.
Yeah, as the boss says, we've had a few stops and took a bit of drone footage as well. That's worth taking the time and having a look around. Certainly a diversity of countryside out there. Back to Porcupine Gorge campsite. We're on the Ridgetop walk, 1.2 kilometres there, 1.2k back. Different mode of transport today, mountain bike. See the boss there traversing some really big rocks. It's a pretty bad obstacle. Anyhow, we'll get along here and have a look at the end, see what's to see. And this is what it's about, Ridgetop Lookout, 1.2k's from campsite. On the way down, sort of walk Boss and I will do tomorrow. Get down to the gorge and have a look around. I'll probably set off, look out closer to our campsite tonight and watch the sunset go down. They'll be behind our backs. Well, the track isn't all like this, but this isn't too bad, this part. Let's see if I can come my guts at doing one-handed driving. We're riding. This is the better part. Oh, wish you could smell this. Right next to the toilets. They're heading down to the lookout to watch the sunset in the east, not in the west. How about that, eh? We'll get down that way. There's already a bunch of people down there, probably a generation older than us. They had chairs, they had little eskies, I'm guessing Chardonnay. It's probably some biscuits and some cheese. We're just walking down in our thongs in a bottle of water. Well, we're not quite at Pinnacle Lookout, only because there's a cast of thousands up there. When I say cast of thousands, is Pyramid Lookout at Pinnacle Gorge. There's people up there standing on chairs and sitting down and stuff like that. All pretty good. Some background editing happening there. I don't know if you picked it up. She obviously didn't hear me say Porcupine Gorge. I don't know why she said Pinnacle, it's Porcupine. I'd rather call it the Echidna, something Australian, but anyhow. Here we are, still waiting for the sun to come down. Well, the sun's gone down. I'll drop a little bit of drone footage in just after this so you can see what we saw in the drone. Looking out east, west, everywhere. See a nice bit of blue in there, bit of haze. It's time to go back to camp and have dinner. Well, I made it down from Pyramid Campground into the gorge, Porcupine Gorge, and we can see there's lots of fish in the water here. You might just see it in the water. Took us about 25 minutes to get down. Lots of steps down. No doubt, lots of steps on the way back up too. Just going for a walk down to the bottom of a rock formation called the Pyramid. It's just in front of us. It's roughly got a pyramid shape. A triangle on this face anyhow. Right in front of us. Back up the top from the gorge walk, 19 minutes apparently, faster up than down. I counted about 617 rising steps, that's rocks and sort of formed steps. Yeah, it takes the wind out of you. But, yeah, I recommend that you do it first thing in the morning.
In the next video we'll travel from Porcupine Gorge to Fisherman's Rest stop at Mitchell via Aramac.